A very good afternoon from the foreshore in Nedlands. It is a beautiful day here in Perth, Western Australia, for round two of what is now known as the Fortescue Premier Grade, which will see Nedlands, the home team, taking on the might of Palmyra. Palmyra last year in 2017, the minor premiers. They fell at the first hurdle in the semi-finals, as did Nedlands. And so they'll be looking to go one better this time around. Unfortunately for Palmyra, they opened their season last week and they went down to Wests Scarborough. So they'll be looking to get back to winning ways away from home here at the foreshore. Nedlands had a bye in the opening week of the season, so this is their very first game of the season, and so they too will be looking to get their season off to a good start with a victory in the opening game. I'm Ashley Morrison, looking forward to bringing you all of the action today. It is a lovely day here. There is a breeze blowing across the pitch, as there usually is up the Swan River, making it a little bit difficult to kick out of defence from the Steve's end of the pitch, but that is fairly normal, as teams that have played here will be well aware. Just waiting for the Nedlands team to emerge from the changing rooms, and then we can get proceedings underway. The lineups as we've been given them: for Nedlands in the front row, Hadley, Hay Horton, Hooker, Logan Eade and Tom Sheminan in the front row. Second row is Grayson Knapp, Mike Egan, and in the back row, Drake Robson, Shane Hemme and Jake McKellar making his debut for Nedlands. In the scrum half position, Nate Roberts, and 10 is Dylan Loversage. And then in the backs, in the centre, we have Tevin Ferris, who's often seen in the forwards for Nedlands. And Lewis Saunders Loader is also there on the wing. Wearing 11 is Giles McMeekin, and 14 is Liam van der Vesthuizen, 15 is Kauri Cud. And for Palmyra, the front row is Chris Heiberg, Michael Tui in at hooker, Pearson Kennington is the other prop. And then in the second row, we have Josh Everett, Zane Byrne. The back row is made up of Aaron McPhee, JC Nell, and their captain, Dylan Cunningham. At 9 is Hayden Whitney-Smith. Chris Setu is at fly half. In the centres, Rawiri Davis and Marcus Arundel. And on the wings, Fergus Gemfrey wearing 11, Chris Miller 14, and Trey Maloney number 15. Incredibly, only 2 of that Palmyra team played in the same fixture here last year, and only 4 players from Nedlands started the match. So it will be a very different fixture this time around. We're about to get things underway. Palmyra to kick off towards the river end. Whistle goes, and we're underway. Long kick, maybe too long. Nedlands let it run and it goes straight out. So will we back to the centre spot. I did say that the wind is fairly strong. Usually blows up from the river, but it seems to be blowing just a little bit more across the pitch from the function centre, just down from the ground. So the first scrum of the match in the opening minute of the match. And this will be a real test. A lot of the pundits feeling that this game will be decided by the 9 and 10, but I think it's going to be in the forwards where this match will be won or lost, and who can get the ascendancy, not only in the scrum, but also in the loose, the back rows being crucial. And a good engagement, neither giving an inch at the moment. Just a slight wheel and then collapsing on the far side, so we will have a reset. Jake McKellar, I mentioned, making his first team debut for Nedlands, just 17 years of age, came from Guildford Grammar School. So a big day for him, and one that he will no doubt remember for the rest of his life. Nate Roberts waits to put in. Strong push from Palmyra, wheeling again. It's gone down in the front row, but it is going to be a Nedlands penalty. So psychologically, early on, good start for Nedlands. They got the scrum in the middle. Now they've got the penalty from the scrum. And a good kick for touch takes them up to Palmyra's 22. So now we'll have the test of the line out. Logan Eade makes his way to the side. Referee just making sure there is the required distance between the two lines. Goes to the back, mishandled, picked up by Palmyra. Their captain Cunningham doing good work, picking up the scraps, making it available. They'll look to clear. It's a flat kick into the wind. Fielded well, though, by Liam van der Westhuizen. Plays it into Kauri Cud. Cud, of course, who played at scrum half last year, is absolutely barreled into the turf on halfway. Nedlands will retain possession, however. Comes out and Hadley Hay-Horton gets his first touch and drives over the halfway line, makes the ball available. Now it's Logan Eade. He drives forward with good support in the back from Shane Hemming. Palmyra, though, have set up well. Lovasage just slipping the ball out, and it goes to McKellar, so an important first touch for him. Nedlands with numbers out on the left. Gain another crucial 5 metres. Good pick up and run by Hadley Hay-Horton. He stopped eventually, and possession has been stolen. The whistle gone for a knock forward, and it'll be a Nedlands scrum. So always good to get an early touch in matches like these. And as we have the scrum, it gives us a chance to thank our sponsors. Growers Lane at home base in Subiaco. For a long time they were in the markets, the railway markets in Subiaco, and they're a one-stop shop for your meat, fish, bread, deli, fresh fruit and veg, and they've been operating now for 6 months. We thank them for their support. Also Instant Scaffolds for all your scaffolding needs. And again the scrum goes down on the far side. This time the penalty goes Palmyra's way. So already we're seeing the forwards having a big influence. Hadley Hay-Horton, the man finding it a little bit difficult against Pearson Kennington. Chris Setu. Oh, the wind makes it difficult when it's blowing up the river and across the pitch as well, but it's gained them a good 12 to 15 metres. And Palmyra, by the looks of things, opting for a shorter line, although they are coming in later. Good quick ball, Setu. Shimmied and then just slipped the ball on the inside. Good play by Palmyra. Fairly central. Whitney Smith to Setu again. His firm pass just goes off the chest. Picked up, though, by Nedlands' Shane Hemming. And Hemming looks to open play up for Nedlands. Need to just clear the danger. That's good clear out there. There's a little bit of space out on the right-hand side. A lovely pass out the back, feeding Logan Eade. Eade is smothered by Palmyra players just down in front of us. Ball still available. Picked up, and Louis Sanders loader. That's a lovely sidestep by Lovasage. Gets himself out of trouble. Kauri Cud was in at scrum half, and as a break forward, and he's got past one. Just the fullback to beat support on the outside. It's a good dummy going all the way. He's going to have to release it, and it will be a try. And Nedlands get first points. Liam van der Westhuizen going over, but Louis Saunders Loader was the man who set him up with a brilliant run. So Nedlands 5, Palmyra 0. And what a run that was by Louis Saunders Loader. Van der Westhuizen with the easiest of finishes. And the perfect start for the home team. If they can get the conversion, it'll be even better. So Kauri Cud with the conversion, kicking slightly into the wind as it blows across the pitch. Taking his time. The runner's come. Strikes it well. Has it got the distance? No, he's just pushed it wide of the right-hand upright, so no 2 points added for Nedlands. They continue to lead by 5 points to 0. Just 6 minutes gone. So really good break though by Saunders Loader. His nickname's Biggles. Maybe that's because he's a flyer. Good pick up and break from the debutant McKellar, Jake McKellar, using his feet well. And Nedlands at the moment, there's good support at the loose ball from the forwards. Good break from Hadley Hay-Horton again. He gains another good 10 metres for the men from the foreshore. Loversage, well, not good communication. Just clipped his player as it went out wide. Loversage this time. Short pass goes to Hay-Horton. Hay-Horton again gains valuable metres for Nedlands. Loversage. Little pop pass, it comes out again. Cutting infield, a good run coming from McKellar. McKellar, though, tried to pop the pass. The player wasn't ready for that. Ricocheted forward, and Palmyra have picked up possession. The whistle is gone. Wasn't heard by Fergus Gemfrey, and he'll be frustrated because he was clean through. So the knock forward. Well, there was first a knock forward from the Nedlands player, then a knock forward from Palmyra, and that's why the whistle went, for those of you who are following Palmyra and didn't actually pick that up. But certainly Gemfrey showing that he's got plenty of pace if he's afforded any space. So it'll be interesting to see how Hadley Hay-Horton goes in this scrum. He's had a bit of trouble staying on his feet. The referee is right there to keep an eye on that as the ball's put in by Whitney Smith. Whitney Smith, good ball to Setu. Oh, and through the gap, but just losing possession. And that is frustration. And you can see just lying on the pitch in frustration was Rawiri Davis, because he may well have gone all the way had he hung on to the ball. But good combinations in the back line at the moment from Setu and Palmyra. Just changing the angles and causing a few problems. So Nedlands are just going to have to watch that and make sure that they're not short at any point in their back line when trying to cover those runs. Loversage driving over the top. Nate Roberts, good pass again. That's a very good tackle as well, stopping Nedlands gaining any ground. Roberts over the ball. Loversage, two players go ahead of him. It's spun wide. Eade is out there and he just pops the pass. Good cover though from Palmyra. Wind beginning to pick up here. Another good run from Hay-Horton. Loversage just lost forward. Palmyra with possession. And that's a bold kick from Hayden Whitney Smith up into the air. Loversage underneath. Play was there in support. Loversage, just as he was spun, released the ball. That was dangerous. So too was that wild pass in the end coming from Van der Westhuizen. And it's going to be a penalty for holding on. Nedlands can plead all they like, but this should be 3 points for Palmyra. If we go back to the game played here last year in dreadful conditions, it was actually Sam Jurisic for Palmyra who kicked superbly in that match. Probably steered them home to victory as they won in round 15, 12-23 here at the foreshore. So the first chance off the boot for Palmyra. Tricky ground to kick at because the wind is always such a major factor. Hayden Whitney Smith lining up the kick just to close the gap. Strikes it well. And the flags go up, and Palmyra are on the board. So Nedlands 5, Palmyra 3. Whitney Smith with a 100% record. So that really came from some wild passing in the back line by Nedlands backs. Van der Vesthuizen and Loversage will not enjoy watching that again, and I'm sure the coaching staff will be showing them what they did wrong at training on Tuesday. Trying to drive through the middle. There's good defensive play coming from Drake Robson, stopping Palmyra gaining any more valuable metres. On the ground is Chris Heiberg. Of course, spent time with the Western Force. That was touched off the Nedlands player. Fielded very well in the end by Jake McKellar. McKellar, though, infield to Roberts. Roberts lost possession, but it went backwards. Spins it wide now, and a chance to open up the legs. But again, good defensive play coming from Palmyra. Break forward by Corey Cudd. He's kicked ahead. Palmyra having to come back. Setu there, and it's just gone over, I think, and Whitney Smith will just touch down for the 22. So Whitney Smith was looking as if he was going to get on with things quickly, but I don't think any of the Nedlands players were fooled by that because there was no players in support. Whitney Smith kicks it long and flat, goes over the 10-metre line inside Nedlands half. Roberts to Loversage. Loversage will go to the boot. Flat kick from him, one bounce, and it goes off the hands, and unfortunately for Fergus Gemfrey, he went into touch. Don't know why he didn't just let that one run. So it will be a Nedlands line out, and Loversage's option proves to be a good one. So another line out for Nedlands. Logan Eade just communicating with his forwards before he picked up the ball. This time, good handling. Nate Roberts picks it off the ground. Loversage, good hands by him. Just a short pass goes to Tevin Ferris. Ferris takes it into contact. Roberts again, clean ball at the back. Just round the back it goes. Roberts on the loop. Corey Cudd goes to the boot again. It ricochets off Gemfrey. Fielded in the corner by Nedlands. They managed to get possession again. Good defensive play by Michael Toohey, but it's a second try for Nedlands. And it is, in fact, Logan Eade who's gone over. So good work by Eade and good fast play by Nedlands. Takes them out to 10 points to 3 lead. And the hooker, Logan Eade, going over for his first try of the season. Logan Eade, who went to Napier Boys High. So almost exactly the same position now for Corey Cudd to try and add the 2 points for the conversion. He's just having trouble at the moment getting the ball on the tee and getting it how he wants it. Always difficult kicking from this side of the pitch because you're kicking with a wind going diagonally across towards the corner flag. So you've got to push it slightly out to the left-hand side and hope that the wind will curl it round unless you get a nice, good connection with it. And that's what he's hoping for at the moment. He's pushed it out to the left and it stayed left. And the wind didn't help it over. So another conversion missed by Nedlands, and it remains 10 points to 3 in favour of the home team.
We did it.
Chris Setu. With the restart. It's got a lot on it, but it will be fielded well. Grabbed and barreled into the ground was Grayson Knapp. Really good tackling by Palmyra. The pressure being applied. Good work now coming from Aaron McPhee. McPhee just stopping Nedlands gaining any metres. Whistle goes and it's Palmyra ball. So good response from Palmyra from the restart. And just in the back line, just out of shot, you had Chris Setu just talking to his backs, and I expect there'll be some move if they get quick, clean ball. Hayden Whitney-Smith waiting as the forwards now engage. Ball goes in quickly. It's at the feet of Cunningham. Whitney-Smith gets it. Setu was a dummy, and then he offloads in the end to Fergus Gemfrey. Gemfrey, though, was tackled immediately, just gained about one stride, but penalty has been given. And they will go for the 3 points again. I'm not sure whether the referee was meaning head high with the tackle. Usually they give the arm across the throat, but he was tapping his forehead, I'm afraid. Not quite sure what he meant by that signal. So once again, Whitney-Smith gets the chance to reduce the deficit for Palmyra. Hayden Whitney-Smith, who had a spell with Parramatta Colts in the Shute Shield. Very deliberate, long strides back. Straight in front, should claim this one. Struck it well, the flags go up, and he's done the job. So 2 chances to Whitney-Smith, and he's taken both of them so far. And it is Nedlands 10, Palmyra 6, as we approach the 20-minute mark. So 2 from 2 for Whitney-Smith. As Corey Cudd hits it long, fielded by Gemfrey, goes to Setu. Setu will look for touch. He hooked that one slightly. Didn't get the metres he would have thought. I think the linesman actually, or the touch judge, has been very generous with that. I think it was a good 5 or 6 metres further down the line from where he felt it crossed and went out. I think the look that Logan Eade is giving the touchy, he would agree as well. Certainly there was some interest paid to Palmyra there for that kick. Good line out again. Roberts gets clean ball. Loversage was at second 5/8. And good break forward again by Nedlands. Good tackling though. That was good play coming from Rawiri Davis. Palmyra still possession. Nedlands closing down, trying to keep the player up. He would have taken it into contact, but eventually went to ground. Defensive play from Nedlands at the moment, looking fairly solid. Setu will just dink the ball over the top. That's a good kick. Should run for touch, end over end, and it does indeed. Loversage looking to play on quickly. But with 2 Palmyra players already up, it was a 2-on-2 if Loversage had taken that quickly. It was good work by Marcus Arundel and also good work by the flyer Fergus Gemfrey. So Eade again with the throw for Nedlands. It's gone through the hands. It's claimed at the back, though, in the end by Shane Hemme. But not forward because there was a touch off the jumper. So Palmyra with a scrum in a really good position. And if you think back, they've been in this position twice, and they've managed to come away with a penalty both occasions and points. It's going to be a case of real discipline shown by Nedlands at the moment. As once again, we thank Growers Lane. If you want to go to Facebook, you can like them there. Fruit and veg for the fuel for all top athletes at Growers Lane home base, and they'll willingly do oranges for half-time if that's what you're looking for. Picked up well by the scrum half, Hayden Whitney-Smith. He's bursting forward. Loversage takes him down just short of the line. Palmyra got numbers in support. The ball was loose at the back. They're trying to drive over the top, popped out the side, and that will be, I'm sure, a penalty. It is indeed. And it's a penalty against Hadley Hay Horton for driving in from the edge of the scrum, at the scrum, not engaging directly. So they go for touch this time. But a really good break by Hayden Whitney-Smith, showing that he is a real live wire around the back of the scrum. So Nedlands having to defend a line out just 5 more, probably about 8 metres from their try line. It goes over the lot of them and goes again to the back, so we've seen both line outs not really executing as they would have hoped. Whitney-Smith directing traffic. He's got Cunningham just outside. The ball goes to Cunningham. Cunningham looks to take on the forwards. Sets up again for Palmyra. Pick and go just off the back. They've gained another couple of metres. Forwards there in unison. They go down the open side and gain another metre. Another good pick and drive off the back of the ruck. Pick up and go again. Good defence from Nedlands though. Scrambling on his knees to try and get there. Now Whitney-Smith goes to Setu. Setu feeds it out. Good interplay in the back line. A lovely little pass out the back, and it goes to Trey Maloney. That was super hands coming from Davis. Still alive. Setu takes it into contact. Driven into the ground. Good work coming from Mike Egan for Nedlands. Pick and drive. They're not far away, Palmyra, and they feel they can just get there with their forwards at the moment. Another pick and drive. Good work coming again, this time from Shane Hemme, just stopping them, getting lower than the man driving forward and pushing up and driving him backwards. But it'll be another penalty against Nedlands. Picked up and gone quickly is Whitney-Smith. He's stopped just short of the line. Another pick and drive. Good work again defensively by Nedlands, and the try has been scored. Is it, or is it a penalty? I think it is actually another penalty, or I thought it was a try, but it is in fact another penalty. And Palmyra opting to try and pull the numbers in, calling for a scrum. Good defence by Nedlands under immense pressure. Shane Hemme doing really well. Also good work by Mike Egan. Certainly Whitney-Smith, though, is proving a real thorn in the side. Just off the back of the scrum. There he is again. Picks up at the feet of Cunningham. That's not a good pass. Setu has to go backwards, picks it up, and he's scragged and taken to the ground by Nedlands, surging off their try line to just take them away from that pressure zone. Cunningham taking the ground now. Still, though, with Palmyra's Chris Heiberg, good yards from him, getting them towards the post. Whitney-Smith spins it out. Good ball coming out to Aaron McPhee. Still with Palmyra, they're just dictating the pace. Whitney-Smith choosing which direction he goes. Heiberg takes it forward once more for Palmyra. Whitney-Smith, sorry, it was Heiberg now with the ball. It must have been, in fact, Pearson Kennington that actually made that short little break. Whitney-Smith comes the open side. Oh, dear me. Just dropped there by Marcus Arundel. And boy, the Nedlands boys quite happy to tell him about that mistake. But it was good hands again coming from Rawiri Davis. And it was almost as if Arundel just thought he was through and was trying to make up his mind and took his eye off the ball at the vital second. And good to see Rawiri Davis just having a chat with the young man and telling him not to worry about it. There'll be more opportunities come his way in this match. So just waiting for the scrum to set. Marcus Arundel came from Aquinas College. Won the most improved trophy, the B. Hassan Trophy in basketball while he was at Aquinas College. Good driving again by Nedlands. And Kick should be held up just inside, and it bounces and then finds touch just on halfway. The line out just in front of us. Approaching the half-hour mark. Michael Tui. Once again, Palmyra coming into the line late. Good. Well, I thought it was clean ball, just lost in the air and then knocked forward. So it looked good for a second and then went awry for Palmyra. While the scrum is setting, we should just remind you that Nedlands are renowned for their Spirit of Rugby long lunch. The long lunch this year will be on Friday the 1st of June 2018, and it will be at Optus Stadium. And if you want to get involved, you can contact the club for tickets. You can have $190 for a single ticket, $1,900 for a table if you would like to attend the Nedlands long lunch. And as usual, they've got some good guests lined up for you. Paul Martel, who's an impressionist, Ali Williams, the All Black legend, Dan Crowley, and there will, of course, be some Western Force players in attendance as well. Always a very good day out if you've never attended. And if you're watching this, you've got plenty of time to organise your tickets. So the scrum is set. Netherlands trying to keep the front row up. Roberts had to get that. Whitney Smith, though, scragged him as well and grabbed his arm just as he was trying to release the pass. Luckily, he held on to the ball. Loversage now in at half-back. He gives it out, and Tevin Ferris takes it into contact. He loves the contact, normally in the forwards. Kauri Cudd was in at scrum half. Just a little pop pass, and now Drake Robson goes a good 10 metres forward down the side for Nedlands. Kauri Cudd again at scrum half. Fed it out to Grayson Knapp. Good pass from him. Loversage goes to the boot. And the wind just holding that one up, and desperate defending by Palmyra. Long kick upfield, fielded well by Nate Roberts on his 10-metre line. Cudd is back there too. Now Van der Westhuizen looking to open his legs, runs into contact, sends Heiberg flying. And that's not easy to do. Chris Heiberg, a very solid individual. And just helped on by Roberts. That's scrappy by Nedlands. Kauri Cudd losing fast feet, getting some space and driving well. But that was good work by Michael Tui, though. Almost stole the ball. Loversage, again, it's not the best of passes. It's a brilliant pickup, however, by Jake McKellar, the debutant, surging down the left-hand side, offloads the pass. And the whistle, though, is gone. And it's gone for a try. So Nedlands with a brilliant break down the left-hand side. And you'd have to say McKellar was the man who created that one, without a shadow of a doubt. So Loversage's pass wasn't the best, but in the end it was a really good break by McKellar and finished off in the corner. Just trying to see who the player was who actually touched down in that far corner. Be able to confirm that in a second for you. It was indeed. I thought it was Giles McMeekin, the winger, but just wanted to make sure for you. So 15 points to 6 in favour of Nedlands, and Kauri Cudd with a slightly easier kick this time with the wind behind him. So Kauri Cudd strikes it well. It's looking fairly good, but he's pushed it. Yes, he's got it right between the posts this time. So Kauri Cudd gets his first points of the afternoon and takes Nedlands into a 17 points to 6 lead. What a break by McKellar, and McMeekin going over in the corner. So the two Macs combining. Restart coming. Claimed well in the air, although he lost it in the end. It's been lost forward, picked up though and thrown into touch, so we will probably go for the knock forward. Giles McMeekin, the score of that try, just comes from Esperance in the southwest of Western Australia. Nedlands has been his only club since he moved to Perth. Always good to see a little bit of club loyalty. And there is a saying, once Nedlands, always Nedlands. There's plenty of players that leave and end up coming back. So Palmyra, again, in a good position from which they've set up several times in this match so far. Whitney Smith just peels away. Cunningham picks up, feeds Whitney Smith. He just delayed that pass to Davis just a few seconds. Davis into contact. Good work by Nate Roberts trying to hold him up. And it's paid dividends for Nedlands as they will get the put in for the scrum. And that's what they needed right in front of their posts on the 22. 7 minutes or so until the half-time break. Palmyra would love to get one against the head. Nate Roberts hovering, looking to put the ball in the minute the front row engages. And he does just that. It came off the prop's foot, though. And scrum wheels a little bit. Eventually picked up, and well picked up in the end by Jake McKellar. Comes wide. Corey Cudd with a flat kick, which should be fielded by Maloney going backwards. Trey Maloney goes to his right foot and kicks it straight out. So we will go back. Maloney puts his face in his hands. Not quite sure whether he just put too much on that or just completely forgot where he was on the pitch. I think he saw the 10-metre line and thought he was deeper inside his own half. Certainly an advantage now for Nedlands. Logan Eade with the throw. Good ball this time. Nate Roberts almost caught by Whitney Smith. Loversage, better pass from him this time. Spun wide. And a good chance to break again down the left-hand side for Nedlands, and in particular McMeekin. Now it comes the other way. McKellar saw a gap, went through it, snared and held onto by Zane Byrne. Another little break. And at the moment, they're just punching holes through the forwards for Palmyra. Pass round the back, looking for Tevin Ferris by Loversage. It wasn't the best executed. Loversage goes to ground and he's going to get a penalty. And Loversage wanting to get on with things quickly and quite happy to get involved was Mike Egan. Well, you would think that Nedlands will go for the corner, just because Cody Cudd has had a few issues trying to kick from this exact spot. And it looks as if that is the decision with the ball in Nate Roberts' hands. And he punches that down towards the corner flag. So a line out about 5 or 6 metres from the corner for Nedlands. Looking to add some more vital points before the half-time break. And this time, it is not surprisingly Nedlands forwards taking their time. And they've set it well, looking to try and get it rolling more, but it was actually Palmyra who stumbled at the back. Nothing, I think, deliberate in the way that came down. Just trying to drive through now, just short of the line. Has he got it down? No, it's going to be a penalty for pulling down the maul. So the referee doesn't agree with me. He says that was deliberate. From where I am, it just looked as if one of the Palmyra players actually fell by mistake, just tripped, and then everyone went tumbling over the top of him. But then again, some players are pretty cynical today and can make it look like an accident. And the line out is not a good one again. It's going to be knocked forward in the air by Nedlands. It's just not going right for them at the moment from the line out. So scrum to Palmyra. as that setting. Again, I'd just like to remind people that they can get their fresh fruit and veg from Growers Lane, formerly at the Station Street Markets in Subiaco, now at Home Base Subiaco, your one-stop shop for fruit and veg. And also Instant Scaffolds, specialists in access equipment, scaffolding and scissor lift, sponsors of this live stream. So the scrum not quite going right at the moment. Referee comes across to have a word with Tom Cheminant and Chris Heiberg. Chris Heiberg should know all the tricks in the book. Was a player that was very highly rated by the late John Taylor, who was the coach at Palmyra. So now it is going to be a Nedlands scrum. So the players bind on. They bind in the front row now and they engage. Good drive by the Nedlands pack. Nate Roberts spins it. Loversage going for a gap, looking to get under the posts. Eventually was snared and taken to ground just short. Good pick up at the back. Another little sniping run off the back of the ruck. Nedlands have got numbers there. They just need clean ball. Whistle goes. And held up is the call. So it will be. Is it a 5-metre scrum? No, it looks as if it's. Well, he's talking to the touch judge on the far side.
Oh, be quiet, you.
Just trying to. And a try has been awarded. Well, I think it was Nate Roberts that went over for that try. Didn't actually see, because it was a pack of players, but we'll try and get that confirmed at half-time for you. But it is another try for Nedlands just before half-time. Good refereeing, though, going over talking to the touch judge just to make sure what he saw. (22) plays 6 with a conversion to come. And this is probably the easiest of the lot for Kaurikad. It's a little bit further in from the touchline. And it's fairly straight in front. The wind is blowing pretty much straight from behind him, although he's having trouble at the moment getting the ball on the tee. Steps back, strikes it well, and the flags are raised, so it is another 2 points for Nedlands, and that will be the end of the first half. And it's been a very good first half for the home side. They've managed to get over the Palmyra try line 4 times, and that means that they are in a very commanding position. In fact, I think I said they've gone over 4 times. It's actually been 3 times that they've got over the line at the moment. So it is Nedlands leading at half-time. Nedlands 22, Palmyra 6.
Did you used to shop at the Subiaco Station Street Markets? Well, if you did, then you'll be pleased to know that the traders are back in business at Growers Lane at Home Base in Subiaco. Fresh fish, fresh meat and fresh bread, as well as a deli counter and the freshest high-quality fruit and veg are all available at your one-stop shop, Growers Lane. Growers Lane, Subiaco, the home of fresh produce. Did you used to shop at the Subiaco Station Street markets? Well, if you did, then you'll be pleased to know that the traders are back in business at Growers Lane at Homebase in Subiaco. Fresh fish, fresh meat and fresh bread, as well as a deli counter and the freshest high-quality fruit and veg are all available at your one-stop shop, Growers Lane. Growers Lane, Subiaco, the home of fresh produce.
Welcome back to the foreshore at Nedlands on the banks of the Swan River. It is the home team at the moment who are leading Palmyra in their opening game of the 2018 Fortescue Premier League. They had a bye last week on the opening day of the season, and they're leading 24 points to 6 against Palmyra. Palmyra were the minor champions in 2017. Whistle goes. And we've got the second half underway. Nedlands playing towards the river end in their familiar blue and gold. And they'll be looking to continue where they went from at the end of the first half. Just checked with the referee who he awarded the try to late in that first half, and he said that he gave it to Dylan Loversage, the number 10 for Nedlands. So I thought it was Nate Roberts, but the referee has awarded it to Loversage as a good kick from Setu. Finds touch just in front of our camera position. Michael Tui with the throw for Palmyra. Palmyra certainly were in this game just until that last try. Just a few mistakes by them, proving costly. It'll be interesting how they go in the second half with the wind behind them. The wind blowing up the river, across the pitch at a diagonal as Heiberg picks and goes and gains about a metre as he's just driven into the dirt. Whitney Smith, who has been lively, and I think that took a touch off a Nedlands player. So I would have thought that should be Palmyra ball. And yeah, it is indeed. The touch judge getting his arms around the wrong way, and Palmyra bench just behind him, just telling him he needs to point the right way. All done in the spirit of things. Good to see. So up to the 10-metre line inside the Nedlands half. Goes to the front. It's just ripped out of the hands. So it will be a Palmyra penalty again. Stepping forward is Chris Setu. It's almost like a Bam Bam from the Flintstones style haircut with that little tuft of blonde on top. Or was it Pebbles who wore her hair up? I can't remember. So many years ago. So Palmyra inching towards the Nedlands try line at the moment. Just tapped back. Whitney Smith had to keep hold of it. They was being closed down and he was snared and taken to ground, and it should be Nedlands who come up with the ball. Good work by the forwards. Roberts spins it, and good work from Tevin Ferris. Just slipped it out the back. McMeekin, in fact, was Sanders Loader who actually picked that one up. My apologies. Eade spins it to Kaurika, who puts it on the boot. Just holds up in the wind, but Trey Maloney picks up. Lovely little sidestep from him. Good footwork. He feeds it infield, and Gemfrey gets us over the 10-metre line inside Palmyra's half. Good combination by those two players. Heiberg just drives straight through the Nedlands pack. Eventually is brought to ground as he ran into Drake Robson. Palmyra slowly getting forward. Good work that time from JC Nell as they look to use the left-hand side. Whitney Smith, good offload by him into Aaron McPhee, who's just crunched and sent backwards. Whitney Smith again, low pass. And Setu with the goose step. Setu dummies, taken to ground, ball lost forward in the tackle. Good work from Tevin Ferris, and Lovasage takes it out of play, so we come back for the scrum, and Setu a little bit slow to get back to his feet. And now just being spoken to by the trainer. Well, he did the goose step, that looked good. Gave a dummy, but then was absolutely crunched. Tevin Ferris, the man, putting the tackle on. Tevin Ferris normally in the back row for Nedlands, and usually back row forwards love to take out number 10s, so he would have been really enjoying that moment. So time back on as the trainer makes his way off, and the water bottles as well. And Nedlands look as if they've made one change. Wearing 18 is Aidan Laxton, who has come on for them. Although I don't think that is Aidan Laxton. I think it may be Travis Church. Maybe they've changed the numbers on me. So certainly Tom Sheminan is not on. It is indeed Travis Church, just here in the bench, giving him some encouragement. Travis Church, who comes from Waikato, was in the New Zealand under-21 squad back in 2005 alongside Liam Messon. So he's been in some August company in his career. And just listening to the comments from the bench, it sounds as if a few of the Nedlands bench worship Travis Church. So play will finally, hopefully, get back underway. Roberts feeds the ball in. A good drive again from Palmyra. Roberts gets the ball, had to pass it round the back of his scrum, but it will be a penalty to Palmyra. And Palmyra's scrum, you'd have to say, have had the ascendancy today. Front row has done a really good job. Chris Heiberg, Michael Tui and Pearson Kennington. But it's points they need as Whitney Smith finds touch just, it's just short of the 22. But it's a good launching pad for Palmyra, as they too look to be making some changes. Unfortunately, as is a regular occasion, we haven't been given the substitutes. So we're not going to be able to tell you who they are, I'm afraid. Lovasage takes it into contact. And it is actually going to be a penalty for Nedlands because Palmyra were offside. So Nedlands get to ease the pressure with a nice touch finder. And that's a good one. So Chris Miller has gone off for Palmyra. Well, that was right in front of me, I have to say. agree with the Palmyra call. Was that straight? Didn't look straight from where I'm standing. But anyway, Nedlands have the ball. Roberts picks up, and his offload just missed Jake McKellar as he was bursting forward, and McKellar will be penalised for a knock forward. So it's all been a little bit scrappy, the start of the second half. Almost 10 minutes gone. No change to the score. So it will come down, you think, towards the end of the game. Which team is the fitter? We're in just the second round of the season, so neither team you would think will be peaking in their fitness just yet. Coaches usually want them peaking in the second half of the season. Whitney Smith, and that's a poor pass to Setu. Picked up and trying to just sidestep was Marcus Arundel. Arundel takes it into contact. Tackler not really rolling away for Nedlands, but play on is the call. Cunningham doing well. Davis again trying to just find a gap and burst through that. Good work by him. Palmyra trying to run out from inside their own half. Whitney Smith trying to get Nedlands players out of the way. Good pass to Heiberg, who takes it into contact, makes it available. Whitney Smith, it's a low pass to Setu again, and absolutely barreled into the turf. I think it was Aaron McPhee who was hit there. No, it was actually Cunningham. My apologies. Whitney Smith going the narrow side at the moment. All the Palmyra players look to be on the open side for them at the moment. Good hands grabbing at the second attempt by Michael Toohey. No ground gain, though, by Palmyra. Good defensive play by Nedlands inside the Palmyra half. They just want to get possession and turn it over. Good drive again. Setu spins it out wide, and the substitute. Good run from him. Little bit of a goose step gone, and breaking forward is Fergus Gemfrey. Gemfrey still going, and it's a good break. He's got pace, there's no doubt about that. Just kicked ahead, and this should be a try for Palmyra. Although the whistle has gone. Well, I think Marcus Arundel thought he'd scored a try, but it is going to be, I think, a knock forward inside the 22 was deemed. So when it was kicked forward, he'd lost the ball forward. In fact, that is what the referee is signalling for. But great run forward by Fergus Gemfrey. Gemfrey, who hails from Belfast, he played the under-18 schools into provincial championships in 2014 for Ulster, and actually played as a second row and lock forward. So he's had his experience inside the scrum. And he also went to Loughborough University. Fergus Gemfrey, the Ulsterman. And Palmyra, again, their scrum does the job, and they win a penalty. And it's pulling it down in the front row. Travis Churches on that side for Nedlands came on at half-time. He's the player penalised. So there's a chance again for Hayden Whitney Smith to either grab 3 fairly straightforward points from right in front of the post, just discussing it with his captain, and they've opted for another scrum. So Dylan Cunningham maybe enjoying the ascendancy that Palmyra are having in the scrum at the moment, and wanting to just rub Nedlands' noses in it. We are seeing substitution being made, so as I say, I apologise, haven't got the names of the substitutes for either side, but it is Michael Toohey coming off, Logan Eade coming off in the front row for Nedlands. So by the powers of deduction, Reuben O'Connell is the player that has come on for Nedlands in the hooker position. So that was a better scrum from Nedlands, somehow taken forward. McKellar doing good work. Lovasage. Kaurikad stepped off his left, came infield, managed to beat 2 Palmyra players before he was taken to ground. Roberts waiting for the ball, spins it. Taken into contact. That was a real head-jolting tackle coming in. I think it was from Kennington, it was indeed. And again, the players going rather high round the shoulders Lovasage goes to the boot. It's a bobbly old kick off the boot, fielded well by Maloney. And now he's smothered in players by Nedlands. There's nobody back holding on to the ball while trying to get to his feet. Heiberg does well, went down on one knee, still kept going and makes the ball available as support comes in now for Palmyra. Setu at half-back, feeds it to Whitney Smith. And a little gap found in the middle by the substitute, but again Nedlands' defence coming across field and doing well, taking him to ground. Stolen, good work there being done by Tevin Ferris. That's the loose forward in him, he's still going forward. And Nedlands are now into the 22. The ball spun wide. It was a high pass brought down by McKellar. McMeekan looking to just step off his right. In fact, McMeekan on the other side. It was Van der Westhuizen. My apologies. And a ropey pass comes out. Just past infield. Tevin Ferris again taking a ground. Good work by him. Roberts picks up, pops the pass out, grabbed eventually by Grayson Knapp. Looked like he was going to lose control of the ball, but somehow held on. Roberts feeds it, and it will be Cody Cudd who gets over in the corner, and Cudd gets the 4th try for Nedlands. And it was good, patient build-up by Nedlands. 27 points to 6. Cody Cudd gets the try. So a really good start for Nedlands. 29 points to 6. I think I said 27. And the conversion to come. So Cody Cudd, can he add the 2 points from his own try? Spent last year playing in the half-back role, back into the full-back role this season. So a kick from wide out on the left-hand side, straight into the wind. 21-year-old who's played on the wing as well as half-back and full-back for Nedlands. Another product of Napier Boys High, and that's coming round, but I don't think it's got the distance, and no, drops short. So Cody Cudd can't add the 2 points. So it remains Nedlands 29, Palmyra 6. So Palmyra at the moment facing 2 defeats back-to-back. Last year in the away fixture, which was the first time these two teams met. And that was in round 6. Nedlands won 23-20 down at Tompkins Park, and that was the first defeat inflicted on Palmyra that season. And of course they went on to win the minor premiership. Whitney Smith under that with ease and kicks back with interest. Lovasage and Cody Cudd there. Cody Cudd calls for it. Roberts spins it wide and Van der Westhuizen hits the turf. Quick ball though for Nedlands. Lovasage again. Will he go the boot? Now that's a poor pass by him. Just took his eye off it as he played it, and that's a brilliant pickup by Drake Robson. Robson driving through the heart of Palmyra, and rather than going round Setu, ran straight at him. Hitting the turf is Church, coming over the top of Palmyra, and they've picked the ball up and they've won the penalty. So well done, the substitute stayed on his feet as Church was on the ground, and Church was not releasing the ball. But what a run by Drake Robson. Whitney Smith goes for touch and finds it just on the Nedlands 10-metre line. So Palmyra, if they're going to come back in this match, they really need to try and get a try as soon as possible. Close this gap. Nedlands, though, throwing down a marker in their opening game. Just tap back. Whitney Smith had to go straight into the maul. He had no choice whatsoever. And that's a poor pass. Setu does well to pick it up. Manages to feed it out to Davis. Davis goes into contact. Nedlands again swarming there in numbers. And it is Nedlands this time that get the penalty. Once again, we'd like to thank Instant Scaffold, specialists in access equipment, scaffolding, scissor lifts and boom lifts. No job is too small. We do them all. That is their motto. And they are one of the sponsors of this live stream. And all the live streams of the Nedlands games we'll be bringing to you this year. As that is a good kick into the rowdy part of the Nedlands support. Should also like to thank Growers Lane, meat, fish, bread, deli, fresh fruit and veg, formerly the Station Street Markets in Subiaco, now at home base Subiaco. Pop in, let them know you're new and you heard it in this broadcast, they'd appreciate it. That's another good steal, but in the end it's Nedlands come up with the ball. Robson spins it, good hands, finds McMeekin. McMeekin takes it into contact. He's got good support from his forwards and the backs. Saunders-Loader is there driving hard. Palmyra player on the wrong side, and Nedlands just trying to get him out of the way so they can claim the ball. And Nedlands taking the ball in, and so good work by Palmyra holding the ball up. And as it doesn't come out, the decision goes that they get the scrum. Giles McMeekin getting a pat on the back for his efforts. I think he's got some sore ribs after that one. Does have a try to his name, though, today on the opening game for Nedlands of the 2018 season. Should just mention, of course, that Western Force memberships are available now. The Western Force, well, it's being billed as taking on the world. And the first game on May the 4th at NIB Stadium. Obviously, it would be great to get so many supporters down supporting the Western Force and showing that rugby really does have a place over here in the West. And they have a support base, even though some people felt they didn't. So scrum ball to Palmyra. They need to clear the danger. And they need to clear it fairly quickly as the wind picks up. We're seeing less of the sailing boats on the Swan River now. At the beginning of the afternoon in this match, there were hundreds of them there. Now it's more the cruise variety. So Palmyra really do need to get clean ball, and there's a problem again as the scrum looking to go down. That's a good pickup at the back. Cunningham just trying to spin it out the back, but he went into touch before he managed to achieve that. So it will be a Nedlands line out. Nedlands were looking to take it quickly. Whistle has gone. So Ruben O'Connell, let's just come on. The man with the throat. Good clean ball for Nedlands. Low pass, picked up well by Loversige. McKellar in the backs, he's taken to ground. It was a good tackle by Davis. Low, round the ankles. Another good break now from one of the Nedlands substitutes. Loversige saw a gap, absolutely barreled into the ground. Brilliant tackle. And well, that should be, you would have thought, a penalty for Palmyra. The Nedlands player was just pulling the Palmyra back as he was trying to pick the ball up. And we are going to go back, although the decision's gone the other way. Taken quickly, this time by Grayson Knapp. And an intercept, if he can hold it, he's done very well to hold it. Offload is good. So Palmyra just setting now. They're going to get a chance to ease the pressure inside their own half and try and break out. Just taking to ground was that loss forward. Josh Everett was the man taking to ground. Setu spins it wide. And good work, McMeekin straight away. Moved in, timed his tackle and closed down Arundel. Picked up well. Heiberg drives forward for Palmyra. Gains just a couple of metres, but good work by the big man from South Africa. Palmyra try to run the ball out of defence now. Taking to ground, setting it up well. Nedlands fanning out across the pitch in defence. That's a beautiful step coming from Aaron McPhee. McPhee doing well, takes them up almost to halfway. Setu dummies, sees a gap, he bursts forward, looks to offload, just goes behind. Picked up though by Arundel. Arundel taken to ground, the ball still available for Palmyra. Nedlands coming over the top. Whitney Smith, good pass from him to one of the replacement players. Nedlands, though, trying to hold him up. The ball comes free. Coming over the top was Roberts. Whitney Smith, though, spins it. Davis, offload is a good one. Finds Dylan Cunningham. Cunningham takes it into contact again. Whitney Smith, high pass to a replacement player again, but it was brought down well, and Palmyra making valuable metres, getting closer to the try line. Cunningham, good pick off the back of the ruck, hitting the ball at pace for Palmyra. Setu now. Looked to go to his boot, saw a gap, went through it, was almost snared. Comes out wide and it's been lost. Well, Marcus Arundel, everything was there. He'd stepped off his right foot. The gap was there. He'd wrong-footed his opposite number, but he just couldn't hang on to the ball. And now it is Nedlands with possession. Well, what an opportunity that was for Palmyra. And there's a player down injured. That's why the referee has just stopped the clock. I think it's Dylan Loversage who's slowly getting to his feet. Maybe looking to make his way over to the side. So I think we've got a little bit of blood from Loversage at the moment. So just a little bit of blood coming out of the nose of Dylan Loversage as he makes his way off the park. Nate Roberts waits for the scrum. So I think Nedlands are wanting a slight change. They want to have Nate Roberts at 10 and Cody Cudd go in at halfback, but at the moment the message isn't getting out to the players on the pitch. Ball still with Nate Roberts. He'll be putting it in at the scrum when we finally get it underway. At the moment, just the one try in the second half. Cody Cudd scoring in the corner for Nedlands. They need to win this scrum. They've managed to stay up at the moment. The pick up at the back is not a good one. And it was knocked forward, much to the frustration of Jake McKellar. So the forwards, I think, are going to be spending a fair amount of time on the scrum machine on Tuesday night. So we have another scrum just on the 22. This time Palmyra ball. Can they turn it into a try? Seems like an age ago that Marcus Arundel dropped that ball as he was cutting infield, and it was almost a certainty to score. Good drive this time by Nedlands, but good ball. Setu with a little bit of space. Flat pass from him is a good one. Great bursting run. And over they go for a try. So brilliant work by Palmyra. And they have got another 5 points on the board. So it was Setu's pass was a really flat one. It was hit at pace. And I think it might have been Gemfrey who got the try. We'll try and confirm that in a minute. Palmyra now have 11 points to their name with the conversion to come. So Whitney Smith, with the wind behind him, strikes it well, plenty of air, and the flags go up, so he adds the 2 points. So 29 plays 13. Nedlands still in the lead, but Palmyra showing plenty of spirit. So the delay paid dividends. Palmyra winning the scrum and then managing to score from that resultant scrum. Whitney Smith lets the ball go backwards. Arundel took it into contact. Driven forward by one of the replacement players. Comes out the back and Maloney looking for touch and will find it. Just kicks it straight into his bench. So good defensive work by Palmyra. Nedlands with the ball, spinning it. Good cover from Palmyra, taking the ground on halfway. Just off the side was McCallum, gaining ground again. Ball made available. Just a little pop pass out the side. And Corey Cudd managed to step off his left foot. Again, good leg speed from him. Gets through a gap, 1 to go. Goes round the outside, no support. Hangs onto the ball in the tackle. Just really needed someone off his shoulder to pop the pass to, and there was nobody there. So penalised and very slow to get to his feet as well. Touch finder's good again from Palmyra. Lineout's good, good grab in the air by Cunningham, and barrel backwards was Whitney Smith. And it's knocked forward by Nedlands. Always risky, the tap down. Certainly as a halfback, you'd always rather get the ball grabbed by your forwards and then taken into a maul so that it engages the opposition forwards. Otherwise, they can just run straight through on a tap down. Cody Cudd is limping off now, so that may well be the last action that he sees today. So Nedlands having to ring the changes. Whitney Smith waiting to put the ball in for Palmyra. Just short of their 10-metre line inside their own half. Good ball again, Cunningham making it available. Setu brings it down well, taken into contact, really strong by Davis. Such an exciting player. Whitney Smith driven backwards as one of the Nedlands players comes through. Gemfrey getting involved in a little bit of afters off the ball. Roberts picks up. Roberts sees a gap, goes through it, looks to feed the ball inside. It's a good pass. Stepping off his right foot was Saunders-Loader. Saunders-Loader taking the ground just short of the line. Nedlands getting numbers there. The ball being made available. Nobody there, though. And penalty is there, and looking to get on with play quickly again were Nedlands. So it's just a little bit of off-the-ball stuff from Palmyra in desperation, because Nedlands had the numbers, so they just impeded the players and stopped them playing on, and now they pay the price with the penalty awarded. And it is Jake McKellar who kicks for the corner. So it'll be a line out to Nedlands, right down where Corey Cudd scored their only try of the first half. Sorry, second half. Good grab, and they'll look to drive that over the try line and just go down. Almost there, almost there. And that is good work by the replacement player for Palmyra, just pulling the Nedlands player back out over the try line. They've had to make it available. Ball on the deck. Pick and drive going, scrabbling along the turf, trying to get those last few inches picked up at the back again. Just short. Good defence by Palmyra. Pick and drive again. Have they got over this time? Well, it looked from where I am as if they may well have done it this time, surely. Well, the ball comes out, and it's thrown out by Palmyra. And a yellow card has been issued. I think that was for just throwing the ball out. He had no chance of actually getting the ball out. So offside is why the penalty has been awarded. The Palmyra player just grabbing the ball and throwing it away from the ruck. So they're down to 14 for the time being. It is Josh Everett who makes his way past us to sit on halfway. Oh, the scrum, 5 metres. This is a big scrum for Nedlands. Approaching the final 5 minutes of the match. Nedlands would desperately like another try. Whistle's gone again. Referee not happy with the scrum, and I think it was Chris Heiberg that hit the turf this time. So going off is Hadley Hay-Horton. He's had a solid game for Nedlands. And the crowd giving him some generous applause as he makes his way to the bench. So can Nedlands add another 5 points to their tally today? Opening game of the season for them in 2018. Good pick up at the back by McKellar, making his first team debut. Lovasic just offloads, and Saunders-Loader trying to get through the gap again. Just held up just before the line. Lovasic spins it wide, and it should be a try. It is indeed. Substitute player, and we apologise that we haven't got the names of the substitutes, but number 22 for Nedlands. Read about it in the paper tomorrow. He's got another try for them that takes them up to 34 points in this match and makes the icing on the cake that little bit sweeter for Nedlands in this match. So still the conversion to come. referee has just told Nedlands there are 5 minutes left in the match, so obviously we don't stop our clock for the stoppages. So it will be Louis Saunders-Loader with the kicking duties now that Kauri Cud has gone off. And the wind is getting a little bit stronger again here at the foreshore. And good to see Chris Setu just patting all his players on the back, the younger players, trying to give them encouragement for Palmyra. It's been a tough 2 weeks, opening start of the season for the former minor premiers, and it just fell off the tee. So Louis Saunders-Loader just gave it a belt. He knew that was never going to go up. Unfortunate. Must admit, in the old days when you used to just place the ball in the turf, didn't tend to blow over quite as much as it does when it's sat on a tee. Showing my age now. So Palmyra with the restart. Setu with ball in hand. And Tevin Ferris fields the ball. He's back in the forwards. Quick ball given. And just lost, I think it was lost backwards. That's what the referee agrees with me as well. And now a chance again for Nedlands, just breaking forward. Taken to ground was Van der Westhuizen. And Nate Roberts has gone through the gap, but the whistle had gone. And it is another penalty to Palmyra. And you would think they would just try and gain some metres. And in fact, Whitney Smith does exactly that. Kicks for the far side, but he hasn't managed to find touch. Ball spun infield. Lovasage back on after the blood nose that he went off for. Good tackle coming from Arundel. And Nedlands under a bit of pressure, throwing the ball around at the back, and they may have played themselves into a spot of bother. Well, Palmyra would really love to get a try late in the match just to close the gap a little bit. Chris Heiberg offloads and going through. Again, we're seeing one of the substitutes just short of the line for Palmyra. Good chance for them. Whitney Smith may pick and go. He does. He touches down just under the posts. And that is another try in this match. And Palmyra getting the try in there. Tireless scrum half. Getting just rewards. And I'm sure the Nedlands coaching staff will be very frustrated with that. It just felt as if they felt the game was won and had taken their eye off the ball. And just allowed Palmyra from that restart so much width and space. And they responded as you would expect and said, thank you very much. Now Whitney Smith gets the chance to convert his own try. Picked it off the back of the ruck and just saw the gap by the post and dived over. Straight in front of the post. He should claim this one. As the long strides back and the short ones to the side, flags go up. That is indeed another 2 points for Palmyra. Takes them up to 20, 14 points the margin. So there can only be a few minutes left now. We've gone past the 80-minute mark. When you think that conversion was being taken for Nedlands, the referee said there were 5, so we've probably got about 3.5 minutes left. A restart claimed by the scrum half for Palmyra. He's lost it forward now. Just thrown back by Church. And tackling hard was Whitney Smith again. O'Connell driving forward for Nedlands. Just using his bulk and the support of his teammates, but it is going to be a scrum to Palmyra right in front of their own posts. And that is going to be the last action of the match. The final whistle blowing from the referee. And Nedlands have got the victory in their opening game of 2018 here at the Foreshore in the Fortescue Premier League. They were leading at half-time, 24 points to 6. They scored the first try in the second half, Corey Cudd going over in the corner. And then it was Palmyra who put together a little bit of a fight back. But again, it was Nedlands who managed to get the points early on. But it is Nedlands who are victorious at the end of this match by 34 points to 20 over Palmyra. We thank our sponsors once again for making this live stream possible. Growers Lane at home base in Subiaco and Instant Scaffolds. No job is too small. We do them all. Please support these businesses wherever possible. But from us at the Foreshore, it's good afternoon. Nedlands victors today, 34 points to 20 over Palmyra.